Hello, my name is Zhatelier, and welcome back for another episode of Shadow Empire. In previous episode, we had our medium tank head over here. Then I believe this the tank can't go through tundra, I believe, or at least not as easily. So we had to turn around, and we're just gonna go through here along the road, and then head down here for the combat area, where we have at least a bit of a front line with the enemy. We also have a tiny bit of fighting done over here. I believe we already moved most of the troops though, but there's few things, at least two things that I feel like I should probably explain. So first of all, I'm going to send the recon planes over here to there, and I don't suppose I could do a air bridge with these yet. No, probably not. Okay, but what I realized is that the airbase points is not how many planes it can service directly. It is the number of planes square root, or square root of the number of planes is the amount of airbase points that are used. For some reason the game likes to use the square roots a lot in various places. But anyway, so that means that we can actually have quite a bit of planes in here. With just 80, that would already be... Not actually entirely sure how many, but yeah, it would be quite a bit anyway. And now we have two groups. I don't suppose I can... I don't know if they can use the same thing. Also, another thing that we need to do is we need to call the governor over here. Go over the zone orders. And then we're gonna go for the supply units before regular supply. The super micro, according to this, which it is. But that's gonna allow us to use the food that we already produce in here, which we produce more than enough. We can't store any more in here anyway, so might as well start using it. And then, I don't... Well, we can leave the emergency food in there just in case. But we'll confirm that order. So that should at least take care of the foods over there. We are a little bit low on industry right now. We did also start... Well, we got a little bit of the railway going through here, of course. Did we get the... No, the railhead is not completed in here yet. Okay, but that is underway. That's probably going to be done in like a round or two. And then if we can get the railway up to there, that's going to allow us to maybe use a bit less trucks over here. And then, of course, we got some trucks in Spokomania, for example, that we can quite easily pick up stuff from there. And so forth. So it should make things a little easier. And didn't we... Hold on a minute. Right, we got a supply base in here. I forgot about that. Don't we have... Yeah, we got a truck station over here as well. Okay. Well, anyway, let's get to the next round, shall we? I know that the last few rounds have been... Or last few episodes have been a bit slow in action. I mean, there's been some action, but, you know, it's just... Once you get further and further into the game, things start getting a bit slower and slower. Oh, wow, there is a lot of troops in here now. And there's some fighting over there as well. So I believe the neighbor that we have down this way has pushed quite far in. And we might end up in a war against them in the not too distant future. Oh, we're under attack in the northeast. Didn't take any casualties though, which is quite nice. Oh, and they attacked there. Okay, so we killed 100. We know where that happened, so we don't need to... Ooh, we discovered a heavy tank. Well, I'll be. Infantry army. Hold on, it was something infantry army. I'll have a look at that. A worker happiness increase. Oh, right, we need to increase that for a mission. I think. Or maybe it's just a low happiness overall in here. Yeah, quality of life in somebody isn't quite as good as it could be, perhaps. Do we, by chance... So we've got commercial area level 2 already. We do not have a zoo in here. Do we have a zoo card, I suppose, is a question. No, we could do a rally, though. So we'll do a rally there. Bit of happiness and loyalty. And then if we do a commercial project to level 3, so that's going to increase the quality of life a tiny bit in there again. Let's have a look at the decisions. Okay, it's a military research council. I'm not going to change the tasks there. And black market discovered in somebody... Ooh. 100 credits a turn. No, I'm going to let them be. That's going to give us a lot of meritocracy. Before I take that, okay, we need to get the enforcement up quite a bit. We can't really reach that one. I guess in order to increase the enforcement, we need to keep the government relatively low. Right, well, we'll go for the meritocratic option. And Quack Doctors active in Unsung D. There's a loss of life that could be avoided, since in many cases no help would have been better than help from a quack. I'm supervising weeding these quack. Okay, yeah, we'll give a bit of a support in there. Difficulty is relatively high, but we might still succeed. Or not. We failed by another 42 points. Okay, so danger increased quite a bit. That's a bit unfortunate. Senator extradition. Former senator of the Oceanian community has been living in Zhate's paradise for years. He fled to us after his country abolished its senate. He was welcomed because he offered to share his great knowledge with us. So we could siege him back. We could reduce the commerce even further. Reduce the meritocracy. I mean, we just got a bit of meritocratic points. Generally speaking, we could just reduce the commerce a little bit. The relations would go down. You know what? I'm going to keep the relations up. I think that's going to be a bit more important right now, so we don't accidentally end up in a three-front war. Because I have a feeling that two-front war is already a lot closer than I might hope for. Hold on. So where do we have the troops for this one? Do we have some all the way down there? Oh yeah, we got one there. Oh, we got one there. Oh, well, that's a bit far away. And then we got these three here. At least the supplies are okay in there, and I think we might be getting... Oh yeah, we got... Oh right, we got the transport deal already in there. Okay, so this one we can now set to air bridge. Or can we? No, I don't think we can actually. I guess the readiness isn't high enough or something. Oh, we can't set up another air bridge in there. Okay. Don't suppose I could assign it to that air bridge then. I could move it all the way in there, but I don't know if that's going to be all that useful. But we've got a little bit of the troops back at least. And these are now at least supplied with food and all that. So Onsung is taking care of those troops. Or the zone is taking care of those troops now quite easily. We don't have a massive overproduction of food right now, but I suppose it'll be fine for the time being. We could use a bit more population. The private funds are non-existent. Well, I mean, there's some funds, but there's no population other than the state workers, I guess. Or the public workers. We are running a little bit low on money, though. Let's have a look at the... Oh, yeah, we lost 133 from... Okay, let's see. What could we afford selling? The fuel is one of the things... Well, actually, we don't necessarily want to sell all that much fuel. I mean, we got quite a stockpile of food. It could be better. We could probably afford selling a little bit of the food. Sell another 500 of that. And then rare metals, we could probably sell a tiny bit again, like another 50 or so. So that would take care of the sort of shortfall that we had there. Plus, of course, next round onwards, we got the black market in here, which is going to start providing us 100 credits per round. And that'll probably be keeping us quite well supplied in terms of cash anyway. Where's the headquarters for that? Oh, right, it's all the way here. And then we got one on this end, which is currently keeping that area secure. We got the machine gunners. And then, of course, we've got the... Oh, right, this was a Aconia territory. How bad... Okay, we've got a bit of rough relations with them right now. I suppose it could be worse. I'm going to go ahead and clear out some of that and then get back in here. I mean, the scout vehicles will probably be mostly okay in there. We could... Okay, there seems to be something in here, as far as I can tell. I'm going to move this one to the large media sec, just to cover that. And then over here, well, I suppose we need to cover that one. Over here... Ooh, hello. I think we have pushed some of the enemies back now. Get to the Rose House. We capture all of that. There might be something in... Well, I don't think there is actually anything in there. That seems kind of empty as well. Yeah, it is. In that case, I'm going to leave this one at the sort of end of the road. So there might still be something in here, but we don't necessarily want to go all the way in there yet. There's also something on the ocean here, which I don't know if it's going to be in hostile or not. We do have a decent bit of industry and some supplies. So what are we constructing right now? So in Spike, I presume we completed the railhead now. So getting the railway up to the location would be quite useful. In Somebody, we're not building anything. In Unsung, we're not building anything. We did build an airbase in Spokomania, in the city itself, and we got a supply base underway as well. So that's going to take a little bit of resource, but it's not too bad. So I suppose what we could do is let's try to build at least a little bit of the railway. Well, at least one tile again, and then let's have a look at the replacement troops. Do we need any of that? We do need a bit more infantry. I'm going to get another like 200 extra, or 100 extra, I suppose. That's about it in terms of those. We do also have the artillery in here, which I suppose I was sending in... Well, it could be sent down there. And right, I was moving that to Kuna, I believe. I guess what we could do is I could move this one away back to, or further towards the southeast there. And then, well, although I suppose it could also go here. But we can see that there's a lot of enemies in here. We also know that the sea worm swarm over here is quite strong. I mean, well, the individual worms aren't necessarily all that strong, but at the same time, there's so many of them that it kind of becomes a problem. Okay, we capture a little bit there. This one probably shouldn't go any further in there, so as to not run out of supplies. We could potentially build the road up to there. You know what, yeah, actually no, we don't have the points for that. It's high mountains, so it's going to be like 600 to build the road there. So that will have to wait. Now, we do also have a bit of artillery in here, which might be able to clear out a little bit of the enemy. Although I'm not entirely sure. These are, well, we did get a hit at least. Okay, no kills. We got 2 hits. But these are quite strong, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, they got quite a bit of defense and decent bit of hit points as well. So most of the troops that we have in here are probably not going to be able to pierce the armor. Which group are you from? Oh, that one. Okay. Well, I suppose this core was supposed to be on the northern side anyway, so I'm just going to head it, I'll send it back to the north. These can go along here. And try to capture at least some of this. There is the... we can't actually cross the water there. Now, did we send in a spy over here by chance? Oh, I think they've got multiple zones in here. I'm going to send one into Osnabrück, I suppose. There we go, we got in there. And then, technically speaking, we could send in another one over here. There we go. Is there any other areas that we kind of need to spy? I mean, we've got quite a few spies in our enemy right now, which is probably for the best. Could send a spy to the cargo ship over here. Or, actually, that whole bath over there on the other side might also be quite interesting to kind of get a bit of an idea of what's in there. Also, I suppose I should have a look at the prospecting stuff real quick. Let's see. In Spike, there are some further deposits of unknown kind. In Somebody, there are some deposits of unknown kind. And metal deposits are definitely in there somewhere. That's actually quite handy, you know. Spokemania, we're sure we cannot discover any further deposits in this zone, and same for Unsung. But both of those are a bit smaller zones in general, so I suppose that's to be expected. I suppose I could capture a little bit of that. Let's get all the way there, and then what we're going to do real quick is change the zone borders a little bit. There we go, so now all of this is Spokemania. All the way up to there, so it's a decent chunk of land. Well, I suppose if I can't set up a second... Oh, hold on a minute. Don't suppose I could transfer to the air recon. No, it's got a max of 30. So unless we make that larger, then can I... If I upgrade... It would be 90 recon aircraft, so that would give us a 9 supply points per round with the air bridge. I mean, that could be done. So now it needs to get some reinforcements. Oh, and now we can transfer some stuff to it. There we go. I think that's actually going to work just fine. And then I guess what we could even do, so that's going to still keep doing the air bridge in there, but it's just going to be a bit larger in size. And I guess we could replace troops, get some of the recon air. It's a little bit expensive, but it's not too bad, all things considered. So we'll produce some of those. We'll still have a little bit metal and production left after that. But I think, well, we've got a few colonists in here. How's Pocketmania doing in terms of workers? Could use a bit more population, although I suppose it's losing a bit of population due to... Oh, right, taking more workers. How many workers do we need? Okay, we do still need a few more. So if I was to... Oh, but we did just complete some construction, didn't we? I suppose the airfield or the airbase is going to take at least a little bit of workers in there as well. So I'm just going to send all 400 colonists that we have as workers there. That will no doubt help at least a little bit. And then I think it might be time to get to the next round. A bit of movement in the south here. They're trying to get into the mountains. I wonder if they're going to try to sort of cut through here, since they see that I've got quite a bit of troops in here. Although, well, they've got some sort of recon stuff in here. Could be even tanks. I mean, on the other hand, at least our neighbor to the east is potentially clearing out a lot of these beasts that we have here to deal with. So it could be handy, but it also means that they are taking or blocking my path quite a bit, admittedly, which Oh, we discovered metal deposits in somebody. Use Gaia wanders through the land. We're entering crisis of violence. The effect in your zones run the risk of suffering danger-related events. The current strength of this event is light. Danger tests in zones will be modified with +2. In 6 turns, the effect of crisis of violence will come as full force. You made it to the new Epo. You gained 1 fate point. Oh, Hochstein declared war. I kind of figured that would happen. So that's the eastern neighbor. On the right side, we can now maybe get into some of their territory. I'm just going to move in this one over here. We've got at least a little bit of intel over there. I suppose we could probably go ahead and do a bit of a... Well, I suppose we can just do it directly there. So, quick range attack there. I don't... With one set of guns, we probably won't deal all that much damage, admittedly. But there's a chance that we'll get a few hits, or maybe even kill. Well, got 4 hits. That's better than nothing. Right, so where was that metal deposit? Okay, there's one. Was that the one? Possibly. Right, we know that there must be something down there. There's probably something on that point as well. We'll hold on to the Rose House at least. Okay, I guess if we bring in... Oh, there is no one there. Aha, it's moved up here. There's square bows over here, which are actually quite weak, all things considered. So next round we could maybe do an attack against them. Right, so now we are at 2-front war. So I guess getting a bit more troops down... Well, I mean, I guess we did have some of these troops already heading down there. Well, let's just quick strategic movement up to the end of the road. And then I guess this could just move in here. So we do still have troops, all things considered, so I'm not too worried about this. I'm going to build a bit of the road at least up to the fuel now. Ah, and they're moving slowly but surely down there. There's a bit of militia that could probably take care of some of this defense. And then these two could get on the front line. Hopefully, well, I did a river crossing for them. We do have some machine guns at least. I don't know how good their troops are, admittedly, but I'm hoping that it's not quite as good as mine. Model design, we don't need to do changes there. Major worker strike in Spocomania. We could probably afford giving a little bit of money. Yes, we did gain quite a bit of cash last round. Oh, they wanted to buy 138 industrial points, and they're willing to give us 220 credits. Sure. Yes, oh, and they offer an advisor. That's a Lima main, to be fair. That's not the one that we are allied to. But I'm going to say no, thank you. I don't want to pay 4,000 credits for one advisor. And a bit like maybe 300 credits might be okay in the long run. Let's have a quick look at the research and all that we're doing. So solar energy is already 86%, light armor array is 77, combat armor is 78, and light aircraft is 77. So that's the interceptor that we are designing, I believe. Communication tech's at 7%, and helicopter engine 64. Right, let's have a quick look at the text that we've unlocked. So is there anything else? Oh, there's the personal armor optimization. We could switch to that one. That would make the armors that we have, especially for the infantry, a bit more effective. You know what? Yeah, we could probably do that. Organization, apply science, we shall call for the research. We're going to switch to the personal armor optimization. We only got 7 points on the communication tech, but you know, it's still better than nothing. And the personal armor, considering that we are at war with 2 factions right now, it's probably a bit more useful. Let's send in the artillery down. Oh wow, it can get pretty far actually. We don't know where exactly their troops are, but we can kind of hesitate a guess that it's probably all the way there. We do have a little bit of production, but I think at this stage it might just be better to raise another unit. So raise a formation. Probably we're at the headquarters. Oh, right, we got the light infantry with the RPGs now. That is quite a sizable unit, all things considered, but that would actually be quite handy, I think. Just to get a little bit of those. So it would be, especially in rugged terrains like mountains and all that, the light infantry will be pretty decent. They are probably going to be fairly fast. They've got at least a bit more, you know, staying power with the extra troops in there. So yeah, we'll at least get one of these. So we'll raise a formation. That's going to take quite a bit of resources, though. And one of the things that we do need to do is get some more ammo. I guess we'll just get like, I don't know, 700. That'll probably be good enough. How much can we even have? Next door is a 7,500. Okay, that's a decent bit. Right, so if we have a look at the unsung logistics in here. Ah, right, so next round we will have 9 points from the air bridge. Oh, right, I didn't add them in directly, so it's going to be next round when we'll get the benefits from the air bridge. And these troops are now resupplied again, so that's good. But we haven't recaptured anything there, which makes me a little bit worried. Of course, since that is a... Actually, is this a tier 2? No, that's a level 1 airbase, isn't it? Yeah, that's a level 1 airbase. Okay, but if we were to use that one to supply in here, we do not have the level 2 airbase in Unsung, so we can't actually use the transport planes that we have designed already to do that sort of stuff. We did at least get the airbase over here, but of course we'll probably need an airbase in Kuna to provide some air coverage in here, of any kind, really. Admittedly, Pipi Rum is also an option. We'd have to build a bit of a road going up there and then build the railway, or the airfield rather, not the railway. Oh, there is something in the corner there. I'm going to pull this one back a little bit just to get into the better supplies. And then, I suppose one of the things that I could do was going to build a bit of a road going down this way to provide the supplies for these troops so we can get to defensive line over here, for example, because the enemy isn't that far off with all the stuff there. And then, of course, in the south, what do they have in here? Oh, they got some tanks. They got hold the line posture in there. Oh boy, these got quite a bit of hard attack and defense. So this is a light tank. You know, I'm a 60mm high velocity gun. They got 50mm steel plating with heavy diesel engine. It has underpowered engine, field testing. Okay, it's got quite a bit of defense though. Did we move the tanks already? No, we didn't. Okay, so our tanks can get in here. So how much? So these have, okay, it is underpowered engine. Oh, but basically it's pretty much the same as we have here. So I think we might have slightly better field testing from the get-go, so technically speaking these are slightly better. This is a medium tank as well, so I suppose the hit points will be slightly bigger. Alright then, well I think in 2 rounds it's going to be fairly close to the front line. Oh, there's a bit of rifle militia there. Now we do have the blitzers, we could probably get through that rifle militia quite easily. You know, we're going to do the range attack first with the troops here. And then the tanks can attack and push the marauders back a little bit. Okay, we got no hits whatsoever. But he may have still done a bit of suppression. At least the tanks are dealing some damage. Although we're also being pushed back, I reckon, but... Oh no, we didn't. Okay. Right, we know that there's the sea worms over there. Maybe they could beat the... all the tanks over there, that'd be nice. So they've got 40 tanks at least. Now, of course, we do have a bit of artillery over here. So what I could do is do a bit of range attack on the tanks. Probably not... I mean, this is militia, so it's probably not going to have enough damage whatsoever to deal anything resembling damage in there. That's at least got the defense posture. We are going to get the big tanks in here, I suppose. I could probably continue building the... Ah, okay. Well, we could probably just build the dirt road up to there, so at least the tanks can get through some of this tundra, and then maybe we can get into combat with them. Although I don't know if we want to get into combat with those in particular, but we'll see how it goes. We could pretend... Oh, right, no, that can't move right now. That's already moved. The artillery, I'm not going to move it all the way to the front line quite yet. We know that there's an enemy over there about, I think. There might be some over here as well, admittedly. We don't know for sure. Oh, there is. Okay. Well, it's a good thing that we didn't move in then. We are using quite a bit of fuel, though. So I guess one of the things that I should be doing is... Right, that is covered now. Technically speaking, we could remove the road up from there at some point, but it doesn't actually hurt to have the road in there too much, as long as we block most of the traffic through there. Not to mention there shouldn't be too much going in there anyway right now. But I suppose... Oh, right, we've got this place here. We could probably get a bit of fuel production there. Of course, how's somebody's population doing? There's a little bit extra in there. Yeah, we could probably do that. Construct. Mining, we'll go for... Oh, right, wind traps for water, but we don't really need to worry about that. We'll just get the oil drilling facility. A little bit of workers required, but that'll be fine. And that'll also provide us the fuel that we need. Right, well, let's get to the next round then, I think. Let's just, I'm going to do a quick double check. Ah, over here we could actually advance a tiny bit. I guess this one could go around. Especially the northern front that I kind of forgot about. We should block that path, and I guess we could send in the machine gunners over here to help guard the gap there for the time being. But anyway, with that, we are done with the round, so let's just get to the next one. So I'd probably be lying if I didn't say that I'm a little bit concerned about fighting two-front war here. But I think we've probably got the capabilities of at least holding the enemies back for the certain amount of time. Oh. Oh dear, there was an air attack. And now they push us back a little bit. Oh yeah, they got a lot of troops in here. We may need to pull back a little bit. And we definitely need to get more troops in there. Okay, at least we beat the militia back. So lost 300 infantry, 20 guns. And we killed 200 infantry. Oh right, contract expiring. We probably need to reboot that. Ah, right, okay. Holstein, which is our rival right now, got the bid for the Odin Sea. So, first of all, it looks like there is quite a bit of enemies in here. That is also forest. We could probably try to get in there. I don't suppose our... No, the Pikers are probably not good enough for dealing with that. We got beat back over there. I suppose took care of our infantry guns. What I'm going to do, I'm going to just pull back these troops behind the river for the time being. They might be pushing through the mountains there. But we did get another corps. Let's go ahead and start sending that one south. I guess what I could do is I could send in at least a couple of them as a strategic redeployment. And I think what we need to do... Well, actually, we've got a bit of troops there. I think what we'll do is we'll get them up to here and we can sort of get near this front line at least. So that's one. Get another one. Yeah, that's causing some supply issues already, so we'll then rest on foot for the time being anyway. So that's going to provide us at least a bit of reinforcements. These could probably move in here somewhere. Why that a little bit extra security. They are probably going to try to flank us there. These are so slow that we don't really want to move them through there right now. But the idea is we'll just fight them retreat a little bit. We'll see how it goes. But we are probably going to be beaten back from there, judging by the strength that they... I mean, we could have a look at the battles real quick. Ah, they did an airstrike there. Then they did an airstrike on us, which destroyed some of the infantry and the machine guns. Well, I suppose we could just call it the infantry. And then they destroyed our anti-tank guns with grenadiers and Schützen. Don't know how strong those are. And then there was a battle over here against the Free Folk. Okay. Oh, they pulled their tanks back from there, but they are... Oh, they're building a road across the mountains here, maybe. Or they try to get probably supplies to that area, I guess is the more likely option. Minor workers striking somebody. Ooh. How is this democracy right now? We've got quite a bit of democracy, actually. I'm going to use the military force. We lost 102 troops and 400 military workers were killed. Okay, so not exactly ideal. Ooh, alliance review. It's still at 13%. Yes, all is well. Zone city upgrade. Somebody to big town. Actually, I'm gonna postpone that because I know that the quality of life isn't all that great. Laconia territory. No, I'm not gonna pay them 1,500 credits. Spies into Modern Republic have found info. I believe it was the Church Knight that we've been supporting. So we'll do that. A new commander. I guess this one's the best suitability. Right, I do wonder... Well, I suppose we could do a quicker range attack on these enemies in here. These long frogs. I mean, I don't know if we actually have the capability of dealing damage to them. I suppose another thing that I should be doing is getting some anti-aircraft units recruited. I know that we got the garrison thing at least. That we could definitely utilize. Right, so let's have a look. Yeah, we've got a decent bit of stuff in there. So race formation. Independent. So Garrison Brigade, it's got 50 flank and 300 machine guns. We can get at least one of them. So next round we can get that over here, for example, to cover a bit of these troops at least. I do wonder if they're going to clear the rebels over here or not. Also, I have no idea about their troop quality. You know what, I'm going to send this in here. Ah, there we go. Now we can see, oh, they got some tanks over here. These are 50mm steel plating. There's a light tank. Okay, so it's got a decent bit of hit points there. It's not too bad, I suppose, for them at least. Right. And then over here, they got Bar, which is a light tank with 60mm howitzer gun, 50mm armor plating, okay. And then over here they got some wolves and bars. Okay, we don't necessarily have the full knowledge of the troops in there, but at least that gives a bit of an idea what we are up against. Move these around, so it'll at least have that still sort of covered. I'm hoping that we can push it into the ocean and it can go on that side rather than on being on our side. That'd be rather handy. But I do also realize that we are actually out of time for this episode, so if you enjoyed this, please like and subscribe if you haven't already. Also got the links down below in the description. But other than that, thank you very much for watching. Until next time, bye-bye.